Alright, so we're finally here. We are finally going to be talking about Lilo and Stitch, the live action adaptation to the legendary movie, in my opinion. Before I go into my review on this film, when I first saw this film was going to be adapted, I was very, very hesitant on this film because of all the backlash from the casting to rumors that this character was not going to be in here. They were going to do this. They were going to do this. They were going to do this. Um, and there was a lot of backlash for the actresses of Nani and Lilo. And I'm going to say this right off the bat. Um, if you had an issue with their casting, then you should have had an issue with the casting of Snow White and Little Mermaid. I'm going to say that right off the bat because that casting was horrible. This casting was not. Again, both Hawaiian women, or female, however you want to describe it, and in all honesty, they did good with what they were given for the material. That is what I'm going to say. The original voice actor came back for Stitch, which I was very happy on. We got a new one for Peakley and Jamba. Now, again, I'm going to say this right off the bat. I was not impressed with how they did this story. It was good, but it could have been better. Now, the reason why I say that is because the way they do this film is, again, same story pretty much. The only changes in this film was, again, Nani was trying to take care of Lilo. She's having issues. Her parents passed away. They still really didn't go into how her parents passed away. Again, I'm assuming from everything they passed away in a car accident. She's trying to take care of her. The main social worker that is dealing with her is actually the voice actress who played the original Nani, who's playing as Mrs. Kiko, I believe that's how you pronounce it. And she is the one that's playing the social worker. Now, you bring in Cobra Bubbles in here, he pretends to be a social worker like he did in the film, in the original film, but he is still a CIA guy. Now, again, I was not a fan of this casting. I felt like they really nerfed our boy Cobra Bubbles in this because, again, he just wasn't intimidating. He wasn't like a big, like muscle bound dude. I'm surprised they didn't just get Vince Rhymes to do it again, or they didn't get Terry Crews to do this role. I think they would have been 10 times better, in my personal opinion. There was no Captain Gantu in this film, so Gantu was not the bad guy. He was nowhere near mentioned in this film. And then you had where uh, of course, Piccoli and Jamba go to Earth. They take human form, and they go to a hotel. They have to copy someone's DNA to look like someone. Then they're trying to go after Stitch. They're causing a lot of hectic. Again, Piccoli did not dress in drag in this film. And again, people are like, oh, why do you care about that? That is how his character was in all these films. Even in the TV series, he was dressed in drag. That is the way his character was. Peakley is a phenomenal, funny character. But Disney has all these, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. But you're not going to do that. It's like, what the hell? And then you're going to make our boy Jamba the bad guy. You're going to make him the solo bad guy in this franchise, I'm assuming. Which is like, that makes no sense. And I'm not trying to hit on the actor for Zach Galifianakis, however you say his last name, the one that played the fat dude in Hangover. His version of Jamba sucked. I'm going to say that now. His version sucked. I was not a fan of it. He literally... What is cool, though, is there were certain scenes in here that I was very happy to see. When he was trying to fight Stitch for Jamba versus Stitch, when Stitch talked for the first time, beyond the council, where he's like, Minga na na quiska, when he does that, that's hilarious. or when he lands on Earth, when he says that, that's hilarious. Or he didn't do like when he's laying on his head and he's doing like whoo whoo, he didn't do that. He did a few other times. They didn't put everything in the exact sequence of the movie of Nani trying to find a job, which she does. But the main thing that really made me upset as a fan that remembers watching this film was they wanted to put a neighbor who I'm guessing was either the grandson or whatever, and David was the grandson to this woman that played the gardener or whatever in the original movie, and she ends up taking custody of Lilo so Nani can go to college and become a marine biologist because that is supposedly what she wanted to do. Okay, cool. But they did not mention that at all in the series or the movies to my knowledge. So I'm sitting here and I'm going, why do they keep saying Ohana? Because they didn't do that. They didn't even do where Stitch tells her Ohana when Lilo gets kidnapped. They didn't even do that. And I'm sitting here and I'm going, why didn't they do that? That is one of the pivotal moments of Stitch really realizing as a character of what Ohana means. That Ohana means family. That Ohana means all these things. And I feel like they took it away. I really do feel like they took the word Ohana away from this. Because Nani is supposed to still raise Lilo. With the help of Stitch, obviously, but still raising Stitch. With the help of Jamba and Peakley and David. And they didn't do it. They didn't do it. So and from what I did see, yes, we get to see Elvis Stitch in here. We get to see superhero Stitch. There was Easter eggs of I'm assuming we're gonna be seeing other ones because they brought up 627, which is gonna be I'm assuming Leroy. Some people are saying that's not really Leroy. 629 could be Leroy. That's been up and down from what I've seen for a rumor. I believe we saw 625. We saw Angel and whatever. So obviously they're probably going to be doing a movie because from what I've been seeing, they've been doing good in the box office. I could see Leroy, Angel, and 625 showing up. I really don't know if they're going to be doing the cousins, all the cousins. If they do, I will be surprised. At the end of the day, can I say I love this movie? No, I like it. I like certain aspects of it. The CGI was good. They did good with an adaptation to a certain degree, but there was things in this film I just could not get behind. And again, people are getting on Nani saying, "Oh, well, she's not as thick as the animation Nani." It's like we already know this. Nami was a very beautiful, thick Hawaiian girl. We know this. The actress, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. The actress that plays Lilo, I think they did good with the adaptation. But again, for the voice actors that we got as Nani and Lilo in the very original, I prefer them. That is my Lilo and Nani. Same thing with Jamba. Same thing with Peakley. I just that is my opinion on it. I think again, 1 out of 10. Is this movie horrible? No. Is it amazing? It's good to a certain degree. There's moments in here that I was very shocked on. There was a moment when the plane crashes after the fight with Jamba, and Lilo is pinned down under the water, and Stitch goes in to save her, and he sacrifices himself pretty much, almost drowning, to save Lilo. And that was a very pivotal moment, and I'm surprised they didn't try putting that in the original, but or unless they did, I can't remember. It's been a minute since I've seen the original, but that was very pivotal. So again, would I watch this movie again? Possibly, but I'm still gonna stick to the animated version. Again, adaptations have a very hard time sticking to the source material. They go either to the very minimum or they use about 70% and the rest of the 30 they come up with themselves. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Lilo and Stitch, again, could be, in my opinion, for a live action film, I could actually watch this over the other adaptations within Disney. I'm going to be fully honest with you. I love Stitch. I think Stitch is a great character, and I think that there was other things in the film that they could have done that would have made the film better and more enjoyable for original fans. That would have made the fans not only appreciate this more, but also enjoy it more, and also be able to say, "Hey, you finally did something right, Disney." But again, it's everybody's decision at the end of the day. And I was very stressed out because I was not going to be probably able to see this movie. Because if you guys are unaware, I made a video, and I'm going to bring this up again. I made a video on the fact of my family and I went to go try to see this film. And again, whether you have assigned seating or not, your ass should be in the seat. I'm going to say that now. And so we sat there. It was myself, my wife, my mother, and we bought a ticket. We sat in a seat. Did not realize it was assigned. And then we pretty much, these ones come with teenagers, and they're counting the seats, and they're looking at us to move. And I look at this older guy, and I says, "There a problem?" He goes, "Yeah, you're in our seats." And I'm like, "Seriously?" So I get up, and I'm like, "This is bullshit." Sat down the seat lower behind in front. And again, if you guys don't understand this, my mother has medical issues, okay? It is very far for her to walk sometimes. And so she had to go downstairs again, and then we had to move again, and then we're about ready to seat again, and we got looked at like, "Well, you're not going to sit there, you're going to sit all the way up in the front with our necks doing this." It's like, look, I've done that at least twice. I'm not doing it anymore. And I'm getting hate on that. I'm sorry. I don't care whether you have an assigned seat or not. Find another damn place to sit. Point blank. Get your ass there on time. I have sat in seats that is unassigned and assigned. I have paid for seats that I haven't even been able to sit in. So why is it okay for someone else? Explain that shit to me. And before anyone tries to make a comment about that, go someplace else, like I said. I don't care. That is why I do not like going to the movies. Because you have loud ass people, loud ass kids, rude ass service, or rude ass people. That is why I do not like going to the movies. I'd rather watch a movie online or watch a movie, on an app like Netflix, Prime, Crunchyroll, whatever. I'm tired of the movies. To me, going to the movies is a dying breed, in my opinion. But I'm gonna save that for another day. Um, but back on the topic for Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch is a decent movie. It's not a horrible movie. It's not an amazing movie. It's a decent movie, in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments, and I'll see you always on the next one.